Okay, cool. Sweet. All right. So let's get started. Okay. So as you guys all know, manifesting with Carilola4, which just to give you guys a little background, my who am I? Right? A lot of you guys know me through Instagram, and I pretty much document my life. So I share all aspects of my life, especially my family. You guys know my parents, for those who follow me on Instagram. For those of you guys who are new, so who am I? So I'm a first generation Mexican American. Very proud that my parents have been able to achieve the American dream, so that, you know, my dad's biggest thing to us, well, that he communicated to me one day years ago, was that he was like, you know, I gave you a lifestyle, it's your job to maintain it. And you better believe that when he gave me that challenge, I was like, I'm going to maintain it. So I'm a college graduate from Cal Poly Pomona Broncos, and I went to USC for my master's. I got my master's in executive leadership. I actually learned about vision boards in my master's program, and that was where it just became, it was just something life-changing. So I'll definitely show you guys that too later on into the presentation. I'm a Capricorn. You guys all know I'm a Capricorn because I always put my memes. And isn't it funny? Like, I read it and sometimes I'm like, that does not relate to me. And then I read other ones and I'm like, how do they know me? I feel attacked. But, and then, you know, I love hiking. The ocean is just something that speaks to me. It heals my soul with everything that my family and I have been through. You guys all know I'm obsessed with J-Lo. Like, obsessed. Right? Like, I'm obsessed with J-Lo. I always have her surrounded by me, but it's not, there's so many things. It's not just J-Lo. I'm obsessed with how the work ethic, how hard she works. You know, again, we're all human. We all make mistakes. So I don't judge. I really try not to judge anybody because I'm no one to judge anybody. But that's like where that comes from. Just the hard work that she has is like, to me, I'm always like, that's what I want. Like that hard work, I'm gonna go for it. So so you guys all know that. And then for those who don't know, so I'm a widow. I lost my high school sweetheart in a horrible car accident that my parents were actually in too, in October 24th of 2016. So it's going to be almost 5 years this October. And so talking about the grief process, embracing a whole new life, having to make the decision to embrace a whole new life, and just figuring things out, right? And again, I'm no means, don't, please understand that everybody has a different way of doing things. This is just my process. This is just how I did things. This is just how I see, and I continue, and I try to help others to do things, but it's not going to fit everybody. Like, we're all so different. Like, I'm a visual learner, so I need affirmations, right? So it's like, so I always try to communicate to people, like, please don't get discouraged. Please don't think like if one way doesn't work, that you can't manifest or you can't get what you want. No. It just means you just have to fix it. You have to be flexible in the way of how you're doing it and tailor it to yourself. So just doing it differently. Okay, so let's continue. This is my most favorite quote, with one of them, of my professor from my master's program, who actually taught me about the vision boards. And when he first said this, I had no clue what he was talking about. I was like, okay, being comfortable. And, you know, fast forward to like, now this is literally my life. Like, I choose to have growth. I choose to want to become better. I choose to strive for better. So what does that mean? That means I have to choose to, you know, be uncomfortable. So, and being comfortable with being uncomfortable. So no, being uncomfortable with, yeah, you guys get it. So he's amazing. I love him. He's been a great mentor in my life, my career, building my strength, reminding me like who I am sometimes when I forget, right? Because there's so many times that I'm so hard on myself that I forget, no, you got this. You can do this too. And so he's just been a great person. Again, environment, who you surround yourself with is so huge, but we'll talk about that. Okay, so the biggest thing, you guys, the biggest thing that I cannot stress enough when it comes to manifesting is that it starts with you. It's not your boyfriend's journey. It's not your parents' journey. It's no one's responsibility but yours. You have to truly, truly be able to sit there, look in the mirror, look at what's going wrong, what are the faults, and really tell yourself, like, okay, A situation has happened, B situation has happened, D situations happen, whatever. Who's the common denominator? And why is it all the same situations, right? When you're willing to just sit there and break everything down and really figure out, okay, what is it? And you know it's you, and you're ready, like you're ready to make that step, then you understand, okay, at the end of the day, I can have my best friend, my family members, everybody. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, all I need is me to believe in me. As crazy as the dream, as the goal may be to anybody else, it does not matter. It's not their goal, it's yours. And so if you want to do something, you have to believe in you. That self-love is so powerful. I promise you, like, there's been so many things that's happened in my life that I don't know if I've shared on Instagram or not, because I just share everything. That it's one of those things where it's like, I've had things happen where I'm like, the moment I'm just like, you know what? Get out of your head, Gato. Do it. Figure it out. And if people laugh at you and people make fun of you, who cares? Keep going. It doesn't matter. Like, the moment you take out the judgment of others, like like today's webinar, if I would have done today's webinar and I only had one person sign up or one person join, happy. I would be happy because I'm being able to help at least one person, or not even help, communicate to somebody else what I did. And hopefully that can help them at the end of the day. That's just what it is, right? So when you can have that mindset of you believe in you, don't ask for approval from anybody else. You believe in you. You throw everything else out the window, from society, from friends, from family, any doubts. And trust me, it's really hard. I know. I'm someone who, there's times that I work so hard that I push myself too hard, but I'm really great because I surround myself with the right people. So that goes back to now the environment. Your environment, you guys, the second thing that I have to stress enough, please, 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 please do this today. Go through your Instagram and delete, block. Oh my God, can you hear my dogs? Delete, block, unfollow anybody that does not give you happiness or add positivity to your life. So for example, for me, after the car accident, I had all the Kardashians. I had Kylie, but what would happen when I would scroll on Kylie's Instagram? I'd be like, wow, she's really thin. Wow, she's really curvy. Wow, she's really gorgeous. Like, wow, all these things that I'm not, right? And I would instantly judge myself and I would instantly feel horrible. And that's not like, that's not healthy. That's her account. And whether she sees this or not, Kylie, your account brings no positivity to anybody. It's just sex appeal, and that's it. And I get it. Sex sells. Sex gets attention, but there's no positivity being added to that. There's nothing about, not even any positive words. So the moment I started to go through my Instagram accounts and I started to see, like, why am I following this person? Like, this doesn't benefit me in any way. This makes me feel worse. This makes me feel horrible by myself. Delete, 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 delete. And I was just telling my niece yesterday, I was like, I don't follow very many fitness accounts. Like, I have very few, like, I follow my trainer, Kenneth Camacho, so you guys can see him on Instagram. I tag him all the time, but it's like, I follow my trainer. I follow, I think it's like Natalia Marie. She was on WWE. I follow her fitness account because she's true to herself. At least that's what it appears to me, like what I see. Christine Bullock, who's a mom and is still like, and is very transparent about how hard it is to be a mom and to be a fitness wellness person and and be a CEO and run a household and have a husband who has his own practice. Like, it's all transparency and it's not a perfect life. So remember, no one has the perfect life. I don't have a perfect life. That's not, no, you wouldn't want a perfect life because then life would be boring. It really, really would. So I say all of this because it's really important what you surround yourself with. Don't follow those accounts. Please just try it for a week. Delete them, unfollow them, mute them. And I've replaced all of those accounts with positivity, laws of attraction, The Secret, spirituality. You're talking, Capricorn stuff, because I'm like, yeah, that's me, I'm Capricorn. But I've changed all of that because I had to change my environment in order to help change me and to support what I wanted, right? Which is a positive life. Because the reality is, if you're not positive, if you don't speak positively to yourself, if you don't, and I get it, some people might be like, okay, this is all hippie stuff. Whatever you want to call it, I can honestly tell you, being 5 years ago, I was tortita, I was judgmental, I was closed-minded, you talk about negative talk to myself, I was like the poster child for it. And the moment I made the switch, like the moment I decided I'm not having this life anymore, like I have to restart. And if I get to restart, I'm going to do it this way. I kid you not, game changer. Because when you surround yourself with the right people, and I'm talking about people who support your healthy lifestyle, who understand going out to go hiking is better than going out to go drinking. And I get it, don't get me wrong, balance, right? Have a brunch once in a while, have a night out with friends once in a while. But at the end of the day, that shouldn't be an every weekend thing to enjoy each other. There should be other things, right? So I try very hard when I see my friends. I'm always like, hey, let's go hiking. Hey, let's go, to the beach. Hey, let's go, go get smoothies or something. But it's very crucial, you guys, because that support system, those people that will get it, will want to see you strive, will help you strive, will be key factors of when you don't feel like you can, they'll tell you you can. And it's just so important to have those people around you, to just, because it's really true. It's just like who you surround yourself with, I can tell you how far you're going to get. So environment is huge. As you can tell, I spend a lot of time on that. Environment is huge. And I'm also keeping track of the time, so I know, like, timing wise. So if you see me look at my phone, I'm not being rude. So environment's huge. Purge your Instagram, purge your Facebook, purge whatever social media accounts that you follow. If I trigger you, mute me, unfollow me. Like, do what's best for you. Don't let these accounts change your frame of thought of how hard you're already working to make yourself better. I'm just communicating to you guys what I did for me, especially right after the car accident. Like, I had to restart. And I specifically remember looking at that Kylie post and just being like, so ugly to myself. And the moment I took away all those accounts, I think I only follow Chloe, and she's like, especially with everything going on, I'm like, girl, come on. But I follow Chloe, and it's one of those things where it's just kind of like, if you're transparent, you're real, like, that's what I want. I want you to show me your stretch marks. Yeah, I got stretch marks. Like, I got dents. I got, I got saggy skin and whatever, because natural. That's a normal human being body. Like, I'm working hard to make myself better, but, no. So please try really hard. I know it's different and life is hard, but if you take away those accounts, it's a game changer. So, and then the roadmap. Okay. So the vision board. Okay. Huge, because the vision board will be a tool that's going to help you, right? So a lot of the stuff that I use is very much affirmations. I wake up in the morning, like, I wake up, and I still owe you guys a video of what I do the entire day. I promise I will get on it. It's just, life is fun. So, and then let me get some drink. So I will say the affirmations, waking up, stretching, and you youngsters that are like 19 and 20, trust me, start stretching now. Because when you get older, it's a whole different game and it's a whole different story. So please start stretching, just wake up, to go side to side. You don't have to buy any equipment, just simple things of just stretching to get your body moving. As long as you get your body moving, that's all that matters, right? Because then you start setting yourself up for a great day, right? I want people to wake up, and you don't have to be a morning person, but I want people to wake up and be like, good morning, because it all comes from gratitude, right? And gratitude's another big part of this whole manifesting, is that you have to be grateful for where you're at right now. You know, you have to be grateful for the life, the body, the family, as good as bad as it is for all of us. You have to be grateful for what it is right now. And when you change your perspective and when you change that story to being a positive one, it's such a game changer to be able to wake up and say, you know what, I woke up today, and someone else didn't. And be able to say, you know what, I have a roof over my head. I have a car that I could drive places to. Like, when you break it down, it's mine. Like, you're just mine. Like, I'm just getting so choked up because it's just like, I just remember just being like, wow, so grateful. I'm so grateful for my little house. I'm so grateful to have a book. I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm so grateful for a laptop. Like, and intentionally really meaning it, because all of that, like, so many people don't have it. Like, think about the poor people in India. Like, my heart breaks for them. So it's just perspective, right? Just perspective. Just always remember, like, be grateful. And when you come from a grateful place, man, you're limitless, because you know how to work towards that. And so for the vision board, it's very much it's a tool to visually see what you're going towards, right? And some people, like, I'm someone who, I like it out in the open. You walk into my house, you see my vision board. It's there. I'm not hiding it. Like, you're gonna see my goals, you're gonna see what I'm going after. But that's me. Some people may want it to be private. That's totally fine. I know somebody who had it in their closet. I I don't recommend that, just because it's easy for it to be out of sight, out of mind, because that's true. But if you have it in your bedroom, and it can be something as small as big as a magazine, or it can be as big as this, it's your goal, it's your journey, it's your goal. It all depends. And be creative. This is just my style. You guys, look, I'm extra AF. I like big stuff. I have big things there. But some people, it just may be words. Some people, it just may be a few pictures. Some people, everyone is different, right? So I always want to remind you guys, like, it's not one size fits all. It's figuring out what works for you. And what I'm communicating to you guys works for me and continues to work for me. Like, I'm so happy, and life is just so different for me, but I really am in such a good place that I'm grateful that I can communicate that, right? So when you build your vision board, I have a video, I think, on YouTube, but it's probably like a year and a half, or maybe 2 years old, of when I did no, I think it was when I did the 2020 vision. Yeah, when I did the 2020 vision board. This is the upgrade to 2021. So doing a vision board, it's having yourself in a safe space where you feel comfortable. So again, environment is really important. Some people like to put candles. Some people like to listen to music. Some people like to be cooking and coming in. It's your board. Do what's going to be comfortable for you. For me, I like loud music because I want to be dancing as I'm posting shit on my board and just being like, yeah, I'm going to get that. So that's me. I like loud music. I do like candles. So I have like a white Mongolia candle that would go. If you like to drink wine, drink a glass of wine, a glass. I didn't say a bottle, I said a glass. Come on. So it's all of that, right? It's getting yourself in a very comfortable, relaxed state. And then it's going through the magazines, right? And it's flipping through and it's flipping through. And the way I do it is whatever speaks to me, right? When I touch it, if I'm like, okay, I'm going through this and I just see the word mission, right? So right here, you can see where it says the word mission. And I'm like, oof, I am on a mission. I'm going to cut this out. So then I would cut it out, and then I would figure out, where am I bored? Where do I want it? Right. And also, like, I have so many different compartments on my board. It's like I have my personal, I have my love, I have my travel, I have my fashion, I have my, physical fitness goals. I have so many parts to it. So there's so many, so get different magazines, get newspapers, get, I think I think one of my nieces or a friend of mine gave me like a magazine that I would never buy. What is it? It's like Outside, or no, someone gave me a like cooking magazine or like some homestead. And I was like, I would have never bought this because I was like, I barely am cooking now. So that's a side note. Anyways, so like, and let's say you really like makeup. So then you put makeup on there. So it's catering to what works best for you. It's catering to what will be the best environment, but then what's your goal, right? What is it that you really want to achieve? Like someone may want to be a CEO of their own company. Great. Put CEO on there. Put the industry of the company you want. Put but the mindfulness of all of this is that when you're putting it on there, truly believe it. Like if any of you guys have seen The Secret or have read the book You Are a Badass, those two, I swear, those two elements were so huge for me when it came to figuring out. I knew I had to figure a new lifestyle after losing Andres. I knew I had to make a new life. But then it was, what is that new life going to look like? I had always catered to my parents. I had always been somebody, right? So I went from a daughter to a girlfriend of 10, almost 11 years, to a fiance, to a wife. And then going back to single and completely single. I didn't live with my parents. Like, so you're talking clean slate, starting all over. Okay, what does that look like, right? So in figuring that all out, it was, what life do I want for myself? What goal do you want for yourself? And it was the vision board for 2020 is so crazy. And I'll show you guys in a bit, but that one, I have to say, was my most aggressive, my most mentally challenged and emotionally challenging vision board that I accomplished, because man, did I think I had done some work, and COVID taught me otherwise, but we'll get there. So vision board is really great. I love it. I have it out in the open because every time I walk in and out of my house, I want to see and I want to be reminded what I'm working towards, especially because I have it so close to my little like kitchen. So guess what? I don't buy any crap. Like I don't have ice cream or anything here, but let's say if I had ice cream in here, if I was going to pull out, Haagen-Dazs or whatever, I'm going to be looking at that JLo board and be like, dang, is this Haagen-Dazs really worth it? Most likely not, because summer is coming and I want those deep, deep abs, right? Gosh, okay, cool, fine, got it. So it was like a constant reminder of like staying on track for me, right? Again, we're all different, but for me, and I even have it, sorry, everybody's blowing me up. I even have it on my phone. So I have my vision board on my phone so that so you guys can see, because I want to always see it. I want to always see my vision because I want to always be reminded, is this aligned? Even down to the guys I'm dating where I'm like, wait. This guy's cute and he's a lot of fun. He has nothing to do with the goals that I have here. I gotta say hard no. So it's a checks and balances for me. At least like I can say that. And when you have the vision board, so this connects with the time to level up, right? When you have the vision board, what ends up happening is that it keeps you on track, right? At least for me, it did. It was constantly checking myself and being like, is the food I'm eating, is this aligned to the goals that I want? Because this is only delaying my achievement. And I'm huge on achievement. You can ask my trainer, Kenneth. He's constantly, I'm learning patience a lot. Like that's still one thing that I'm learning. But like, as you go, you're kind of like, does this really work? Right. Because then the reality is, let's say the board is there for 5 years. You got 2 things done out of the 30. Who's there to blame? You never took action. You never took the appropriate steps to get where you want to be. So you can't be mad at anybody. You were the one who needs to be held accountable. You are the one that needed to make this happen. Nobody else. No family, no friends. It is all you. And that goes back to believing in yourself. It is always on you. It is your choice to make a different choice. It is your choice to have a different life. It is your responsibility to make it happen. It's your life. And a friend of mine, he's much older, he's like 70. He told me one time, if you're gonna live your own death, you might as well live your own life. And it's so true, because guess what? Your friends and family, as much as we want to do great things for them and to make them happy, at the end of the day, when it comes to be your time, they're not going to take your place. And they're not, it's just, that's life, right? And it's reality. And I'm a realist. So as much as I want to be in la la land, I can't. Like, I always come back to earth where I'm like, this is great, but this isn't on track. I need to get back on track. So that's the part for time to level up. Okay, guys. 2016 vision board. So this vision board was, man, I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, whew. So obviously you guys can tell I was very much into, I was gonna have 3 or 4 kids was the headspace. This vision board was the vision board, my very, very first vision board that I ever did in my master's program. It was strategic planning with Dr. Colley, my professor. And like, I look at it now and I'm like, yes and no. Like, it's like, that's not me anymore, right? And I really didn't grasp the concept when I did this board. I just was like, okay, my future plans here, wrote words, and of course you could tell I put abuelita, abuelita. So obviously my parents, I put my nannies. Oh yeah, they're gonna be my nannies. Like, that's the goal. So I was like, so you guys better stay healthy. So this is just I just wanted you guys to see where I started off before I became broken and just like heartbroken, life to, I hit rock bottom right after this. So this is that part. My 2018 vision board. This is the vision board that it was, I truly, and I don't consider myself an artistic person. I really don't. I feel like my sisters are so creative. My sister Lisa could like make a party at the 99-cent store with anything at the 99-cent store. So for me, it was very much like, okay, I'm building this new life, right? So 2017, I was just trying to survive. So just to give you guys some content. 2017, I was just trying to survive after losing Andres. And I was graduating. So yeah, I still stayed in school. So I was finishing my master's. I graduated that August of 2017. And I was just trying to figure out, okay, I got one thing done, right? After everything has happened, what's next? And so school kept me busy for a while. So then this vision board I started to work on in February or March of 2018. And I just remember being like, this, if I want a 10, I gotta be a 10. And that's a 10 head to toe, right? Not physically, but mentally too. Like, I want Bruce Wayne, which I technically had Superman on there, but like my headspace was like, I want Bruce Wayne. If I want Bruce Wayne, I gotta be Bruce Wayne, right? So I get all these magazines, put them on there, I'm putting Chloe on there. And I'm like, I'm gonna meet her one day. I'm putting it on there and I'm just like, what? I'm gonna meet her one day. I'm gonna meet Chloe one day. I really am. Like, it'll either be because of you, like USC being an alum, or like something because her brother's an alum, something. But I'm gonna meet you. I'm gonna meet her. I did not expect, right, that in August of 2018, in my most crucial time in my career, I get a contract to be part of Revenge Body. And I have to say, remember, like, always love you. You are always number one. And you're worth whatever you consider yourself your worth. But remember, you're high value. Your time is luxury, always. So the conversation I had with the executive producer after many exams, after many interviews, was, they straight out were like, why should we pick you? Why should we pick you to do this journey? And I had already done the soul searching. I had already done the mental work. I needed a trainer. I was at the point in my journey that I needed it. So again, timing is everything. I was at the point in my journey where I was like, okay, I need a trainer. And I had already started looking, and then all of this started to happen, right? And God and the universe, everything was just lining up. And so I get the contract. And before that, she tells me, like, why should I give it to you? And I look at the executive producer and I say, well, I told her, you know, I'm going to get this done whether you film it or not. It's just up to you if you want to film it. And she just looked at me, because it's not just being confident in myself. It's just, I knew it could have taken me 2-3 more years than what I've achieved now. But I knew I was on that track to make it happen, whether they were going to be there or not. They weren't going to stop me, right? And so after that, she was like, give her the contract now. And then I had my attorney look over it and everything. And yeah, and so you're talking about, I filmed Chloe's Revenge Body in 2018 for about 3 months. And I was at the peak of my career, and I was dealing with a lot because we had new leadership and things were transitioning, and there was an interim. And so it was a lot to do. But if anybody knows me, if you know me personally and super close, you know that I'm someone who, you can throw the entire plate at me, I'll still be able to get it done. Will I sacrifice things? Yes. My sleep? Probably. But I'll always get it done. That's definitely a reputation that I've built with my career. So it was a really interesting time, right? Because I was working on myself personally on my off time. And when I wasn't, I was like 12 hours at work. So all of that's going on, and obviously I was not. So sleep is cute, like crucial, guys, just a heads up. Do not do what I did. I failed miserably in the sense of I was not sleeping. Like, sleep is huge, because sleep is where you get your recovery. And I could talk about this like forever and ever, which makes me think that I'm like, you know what? I need to get Kenneth on here. We should probably do like a chat or something so that we can have people on here and ask questions, because he and I could talk for days on like stuff that we're like, and sleep and this and mobility and flexibility and the muscle tissues and the what. So that's a whole other thing. But okay, so fast forward to Vision Board 2020, COVID, right? So mind you, I made this board before COVID happened. And so the part that I find super interesting that my eyes go directly to is where it says New Life 2020. Did not know I was going to get a new life. So I'm doing this vision board. I'm, game on. I'm super laser focused, and it's looking at the, okay, I'm looking at the time. Super laser focused. And at the end of the day, I'm just kind of like, okay, it's go time. Like, no more saying I'm going to get JLo abs. I'm going to make it happen. It's going to happen. And that means I will sacrifice everything to get there. So COVID was a blessing for me because I got time back, right? Besides the first month of COVID was pretty nutty. I think I was doing 6 a.m. meetings till like 9 o'clock at night. So all of that's happening. And like, think about the beauty of COVID, you guys. I trust me, I totally get the horrible side of it. I'm someone who, let's find the beauty in every situation. So let's think about the beauty of COVID. The entire world was in the same situation, and the entire world had to go within. I'm someone who's not good with emotions. I am learning to navigate them. I'm not perfect by all means, but man, did I not know that there were so many things that I had not dealt with Andres's like passing that I had to deal with, because all my distractions were taken away. And as much as I threw myself into work, I couldn't run away from reality. Like, I wasn't out dating guys like randomly or whatever, going out with guys that asked me out, because COVID. So my distractions were gone. I didn't go back to any bad or toxic relationships. That was a hard no. Trust me, they hit me up. No. It was having to go within, right? And what are my demons? And what am I not really dealing with? And that was a hard pill to swallow. And so when I did that, and I look at the vision board, and I'm just like, it's go time. Gym or not, trainer, law or not, it don't matter. I'm going to make this happen and I will figure it out. I mean, you guys saw me. I struggled. I failed. I, stopped. Like progress got messed up. Ellie's teas were the biggest game changer for my body, because I will say, like, as much as I kept trying to drop and drop and drop and drop, I never realized until like now training with Kenneth was that because I have a high stress level job, my cortisol level is already super high. So I can't be running. So let's say I have a day where I'm at 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. and then 7 p.m. I decide to run. I do more damage to my body by running at 7 p.m. because I already have high cortisol levels for the entire day, because I'm already stressed for the entire day. So I'm only adding more stress by running. So don't get me wrong, definitely walk. But like for me, I'm someone who I'm like, hit the ground running hard. I want to be on the treadmill. I want to be breathing hard. That is all a no, which I had to learn during COVID, which my vision board was a constant reminder, being here, not being able to leave 24/7. It was, how do I get there? How do I get there? What do I got to change to get there? What do I have to figure out to get there? I think I was able to finally see Ellie in May or April last year in person. And when I was able to see her in person, and I lost a whole month of progress because I wasn't sleeping. And again, like God and the universe, like, are amazing, because something happened where I think I tweaked my ankle. So I had to not work out. I had to do nothing for an entire week. So you're talking about, I'm a super active person. And then pretty much like, not bedridden, but pretty much I couldn't do anything. I dropped about, I think, 5 pounds, like quick, from resting. That's when I realized I'm doing it all wrong. You want to work smarter, not harder, right? So that was like the moment of like the game plan. Okay, this. And then Kenneth and I started training again, I think in July. So he had me July, August, and September, JLo abs happened. And it was just, a team effort. I had an enormous amount of people who were cheering me on from a distance. You guys were amazing the whole time. You guys saw me struggle. You guys saw the good and the bad. But at the end of the day, I had to get it done, right? It was all on me, and I got it done. But the vision board, I just remember always going back to it. And there were times that it was hard. There were times that I doubted myself. But I would sit in front of it and I'd be like, you got this, Scott. You're alone. You don't have anybody that's living with you. COVID's happening. You have to stay away from your family, who you love. You have to stay away from your friends, who you love. You got this. And I also told myself, you guys, if it's not now, it's never going to happen, because I have no excuse to not make these dreams happen if God and the universe have given me all this time back that I used to make the excuse for, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. No. When something's a priority, you make the time. So if you have an honest conversation with yourself on why you're not where you want to be, think about, are you really making it a priority? And so JLo Labs happened, right? Super excited. I go take my pictures. I'm like, loving life. But the maintenance, ooh, child. I had to take a sip for that one. Maintenance is so much harder than getting to the goal. So it's balance, right? It's learning balance, and I'm learning and I'm figuring things out. But then I'm also like learning, like, I want to build more muscle, which Kenneth is totally taking me to like another level. And that's another video that we're working on getting that all set up for you guys. So I can't wait until I can share all the details on all of that, because I'm so grateful for him. I'm so grateful for his wife. Like, his wife does therapy and like coaching for like couples and moms who are having a transition from being not a mom to a mom now. So again, it's who you surround yourself with. It's what you see on Instagram. All of that plays a key part on all of this, right? So remember, I mean, this is Like that was 212. And like, you have to see the bad, right? Like you have to see rock bottom where I started. And mind you, my highest weight was 235. That's me at 212. I had lost weight on my own before the show, but it was because I was on my own journey, but I still wasn't done. Like, I'm still not done. And to be honest with you, I don't think I'll ever be done, because I'm always going to have a level of wanting to achieve. If it's not physically having the deeper cuts and muscles and more muscle, it's having more flexibility. It's having more mobility. There's always something to improve. There's always something to work on, right? And so I say this, like, you are limitless. Like, please, if there's anything that you can write every day in the morning, put I am limitless. I can have whatever I want. I can do anything that I set my mind to, because you really, really can. I know, as hillbilly and all of that sounds, I promise you, when you truly believe it, things start to happen. And so I want to remind you guys to please love yourself. Please remember you have a beautiful body for whatever stage you're at and whatever progress and whatever journey you're at. We only have one life. It's super short. Please be happy. There's no reason to not be happy every day. Find a way, find a reason to be happy today. Patience. I'm still working on this. So I'm not huge. Patience is hard, because you can ask Kenneth. There's plenty of times that I'm like, can we go heavier? And he's like, no, you still have to build more mobility and flexibility. And then I calm down and I'm like, okay, patience. And then timing is everything. Perfect example, I'm now cooking rice as part of what I'm eating. And I found a rice cooker that Andres bought right before our trip, so before he passed away. I barely found it, literally just like a few weeks ago. If I would have found that after the car accident, a year, 2, 3, 4, or 3, I probably would have donated it, thrown it away, because I wasn't ready for it. I would have been like, like, I'm not using it. I don't need it. And again, like I say, timing is everything. I need it now. And I just so happen to find it. I have, like, my house is tiny. I should have found it a long time ago. I didn't. So please believe in the timing of things. Please believe in yourself. If there's anything to take away from this, like, just know how valuable you are. Just know how you are worthy of having whatever you want. And remember that life is so short. And if you really, really want something, you have to go after it. So I'm going to start doing questions now, because we are getting close to the time. Oh yeah, and so gracias, thank you. I was like, I totally forgot to tell you guys thank you, and I'm so grateful for you guys. But let's see if there's any fun questions that we can do. I'm looking at the chat too. Yay, oh my God, I love your guys' comments, how cute. Okay, let me stop sharing so I can see you guys. Okay, questions, okay. Yes, I go to my niece's, Callie's, soccer game every Saturday, because she's doing amazing. I'm so proud of you, Callie. You're so cute. I love you guys. Please be safe where you guys are driving to. Do any of you guys have anything else when it comes to manifesting? Do you guys have any questions? I'm looking at the chat now. I really appreciate those who have stayed on. I get it. It's Sunday. I really appreciate that you guys took the time out to even just be here with me. So thank you. Thank you. Life is just so crazy. So I'm going to give a few minutes to see if there's any, let's see. J-Lo and Ben. Okay. So my headspace is, mind you, I have no connection to J-Lo. I'm not representing her in any way. I'm just gonna say what a woman what I think is happening. Come on, if you're gonna have a rebound, it's gonna be Ben Affleck, especially if he's on the rebound too. And like you just had A-Rod, and A-Rod's pretty high up there. I mean, A-Rod is just an idiot. Like, guy, you ego. That's another thing. Please don't feed your ego. Like, he just needed his ego fed, and ugh, it's just so annoying. But yeah, I think if there's any guy to have a rebound with, she chose the right one. I mean, because Ben Affleck is amazing. Yes, yes. Manifesting and praying, I always feel like that's the same. So like it's just the wording, right? But the level of because like when you pray, like you close your eyes, you calm, you're breathing, um, and you start thinking about like what's important, right? And you start thinking about life. And you start. So yes, I think that definitely goes hand in hand for sure. Like 100. And I always say like praying is a form of like manifesting as well. So I believe in that 100%. Again, these are just tools. You guys can use it in whatever way that's going to work for you guys. It's not just a one fits all. I don't agree with that when I see other people who say like this is the only way to do it. No, it's not the only way. It's just a way, and you can try to figure out what will work for you at the end of the day. Um, so yeah, I totally love that. Yeah, that J Lo in bed. Oh my god, that makes me laugh. But hey, man, I gotta give it to my J Lo. What was I saw a meme, and the meme I got a couple memes sent to me, and one of the memes was like, when you can't change the man, you change the man. Like, and I'm all, yes, savage. But we're all different. I can only imagine just how hurt she is with the whole situation. Um, when you love, like I love, which is even hard for me to even communicate that it's like I love. When you love, it's so hard when someone just doesn't reciprocate or respect, and the trust is gone. You know what I mean? So for me, I think that's always hard. Oh my God, yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you guys liked it. So someone just wrote, thank you for doing this for us. Looking forward to the next meet. Yes, I am excited. This is not just the only one. I'm so excited to figure out like other topics that we can talk about. Someone sent me a DM and they were like, oh, can you do one on dating? I was like, oosh, I don't know. I don't know if you guys want to know my stories or hear my perspective on dating. I'm like, these apps these days and COVID and how lazy guys are. Guys, stop being lazy. Jesus. So that will be interesting. Oh yeah, I'm seeing that some of you guys are liking that too. So so maybe dating will be one. Definitely fitness. I think it'll be really good to have Kenneth and have, he has such an enormous amount of wealth of knowledge when it comes to working out and just like how to work out properly, and working smarter, not harder, right? I used to think that I had to get out of the gym like drenched in sweat and like crawling from the floor. That's not the way, guys. It's just not. And the older you get, the more you realize, with maturity, that is not the way to go. So again, thank you guys so much. We have a few minutes left. I'm going to stay here so that if anybody has any questions in the chat or in the Q&A that they want me to answer, I will totally stay here to answer them. But I just really appreciate you guys taking the time and for being here and for staying on. Like, I really enjoyed this. I can't wait for us to do another one. I will, just to let you guys know, give you guys a heads up, I will be checking in on all of you guys just to see how you're doing on your manifesting via email. So, and I most likely, depending on, I think Zoom recorded this. If Zoom recorded this, then I'll put this on YouTube. So if you guys didn't catch everything, you guys can go back and you guys can see what is it that maybe like note wise. So I'll do that. I'll add it on YouTube. I'm trying to think what else I could add it on. I don't think Facebook. I don't think my Facebook peeps family, which is mainly family, would want to see this. Yay, I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you guys really enjoyed this. Again, I'm happy just if I would have had one person, or I just would have been on here by myself talking and I would have posted on YouTube. My passion, where I fuel my passion is by helping others, right? And to me, it's, if I can give hope to just one person, I mean, I did my job. right? At the end of the day. So remember, life is short. Please enjoy your Sunday. Make it a beautiful one, even though the weather is a little weird. And by the way, I had a couple of DMs where people were like, how did you tan when there was no sun yesterday? I was like, look, I love the sun. The sun loves me, sometimes a little too much because I get burnt. And and it just, the overcast, I felt the heat, but like it wasn't hot enough to jump in the pool, but it was, I still got color. I don't know. I got to work on that color because like summer is literally around the corner and we got to like get it going on. So again, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Have an amazing Sunday. I really appreciate you. Thank you for sitting down with me. Thank you for giving me an hour of your day. I know how precious that is. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. And remember, Instagram, you guys can DM me, message me. I'll eventually somehow get to you. But I really, really appreciate this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And have a happy Sunday.